All right, so here on Long Island, I just wanted to actually show you these seeds that I bought. I bought them on Etsy last summer, right? And I didn't get to use them yet until this summer. Now, I just actually, I'm not an expert gardener, by the way. So if, you're looking for an expert gardening channel, this is not it. But so I bought these from Etsy. DirtGoddess Super Seeds, organic, non-GMO, vegetable and flower seeds fortified with, can't pronounce this, mycorrhizae, beneficial bacteria, and trichoderma for superior plant growth. Provida bush beans, and I got a half a pound of them. And these were packed in 2022. And yeah, I think she's selling these for like $55 on her website. But I just so happened to see them on Etsy. You can get like different weights, like 1 pound for $12, 5 pounds for, I think it was $55. But out of all the seeds, and I bought a lot of non-GMO organic seeds, these are, I can't believe this. Now, I didn't get to use them last summer. Last summer I used, non-GMO organic seeds, but I've never seen my beans get this big. Now, I just planted these about, I'm going to say about 2.5 weeks ago. Look at this. And I plant almost all my beans in pots. So look at the size of these bush bean plants. Now, what's great about bush beans is you don't have to make a trellis for them, or you don't have to make supports for them. They just grow like bushes, and you can pick your beans off of them. And I have placed them in pots. The reason being is we have a lot of rabbits here on Long Island. If you plant them in the ground, plus I have dogs and they piss on everything. And so you don't want your dogs pissing on your plants. So yeah, I think these are like 5-gallon pots, maybe even 10-gallon pots. I don't even know. I must have got them at Lowe's like about, I don't know, like 6 years ago. They had them like some super sale and they were like $5 a pot. I never spend a lot of money on my pots. I actually go to nurseries. And what I do is I actually ask them for free pots, like tree pots that they're growing away. Don't mind me. But look at these superior. I'm not kidding you. Superior bean plants. Usually when I grow them, they get diseases on the leaves. There's a lot of insect activity over here. A lot of really bad insects here, especially in June, like it is right now. And let me tell you something. None of these leaves have any diseases on them, and this is like unheard of. Usually I get some kind of like powdery mildew issues, and look how gorgeous. Now, we don't have beans on them yet, I don't think. They're trying to, but this is the most amazing thing I've seen in all my years of gardening here on Long Island. Let's go ahead and take a look at the other ones. Now, the birds did shit on them. You'll see bird shit on some of the leaves. Yes, we have a lot of bird activity here too. And look how healthy these bean plants are. I didn't do anything special. I just placed them in these pots. Now, there's a whole bunch of pots. I don't know if you can see. I have pots all over the place. And yeah, look. Look at this. Look how nice and lush these provider beans are. Yes, they're provider. They do provide. And that's my actually go-to bean here for Long Island's climate. I also like jade beans, and they make a beautiful green bean. And yeah, so these are just a small sample from this one seller on Etsy. She's not paying me, trust me. I just texted my husband. He's at work, and I'm like, look, you got to do me a huge favor. You got to buy these seeds right now for next summer, because I'm all out right now. I used up the whole pound. And yeah, look at this. Okay, gorgeous. Look at the size of these bean plants. All right, and I also I just, yeah, about 7 days ago, I put the same bean seeds in this pot, and already look at this. I try to grow them at different intervals. Like this is one interval, then I'll plant another interval. So you get beans going on at all times. This I just put in here, what was it? Like maybe about 4 or 5 days ago. Same seed from the same lady. Again, this is about 6 days, 7 days. I threw some seeds in here. Boom, look at this. Okay? Already. And yeah, more are erupting. I put a lot. I do. I put a lot of seeds in one pot. Doesn't matter. They just bush out like that. Okay, and here we go. Wait, we got more. And hold on, my yard is a mess. Don't need you to see it. And here we go. We got some more over here of this lady's bush beans, or provider bush beans. Absolutely, unequivocally amazing. Look at the health of these beans. And let's go ahead. And this is another thing. Oops. Yeah, I don't want you to see. I live like a slob. And we got some fresh basil. This is large leaf. Now, if you're going to grow basil, my suggestion is to grow large leaf basil. Now, I put these seeds in here about 10 days ago. And already, look at this. I mean, this is absolutely amazing. Now, the only thing I do, and what I recommend, and again, not an expert gardener. Hold on. We're going to, yeah, okay. Is I reuse the same soil every single year. Now, what I do is I use the same exact soil. I don't do anything different. I dump some of it out, and I'll show you an example. I dump some of it out into this discarded swimming pool. So the, after a while, the nutrients from whatever you grew, actually, it depletes. It depletes whatever you have growing. And so I dump out like about 50%, maybe 25% out of the soil out of each pot. Dump it in here. And by the way, this is the lady's, again, the same DirtGoddess seeds for the provider beans. This is day 6. Day 6, we got lettuce in the center. Yes, I can't draw a square. Can't you tell? It's all crooked. And we got some basil in the center, some lettuce, and DirtGoddess provider bush beans after just a few days. And yes, I put little fences and stuff and little contraptions, little booby traps, so the dogs can't get in the swimming pool or piss on my food. You don't want them to piss on your food. But look at that. Okay, I did it going around the perimeter. And just a few days. It's just absolutely amazing how nature is. So what I do is I dump out, let's go ahead, yes, my yard is a mess. I dump out about a quarter of the soil from each pot that I use every single year. And then I put worm castings in and something called bumper crop. And then I mix it in with the soil. And that's all I do. And boom. So I keep reusing the same soil every year. Now, I did do something wild. About 6-7 years ago, I bought red wiggler worms from Petco. I used to work at Petco. They used to sell worms for the little beasties that you used to feed, like the lizards and what have you. And I dumped a few red wigglers in each of these pots because you like worm castings. You need worm castings. Worm castings, the greatest food on earth for plants. It's basically worm shit. And so as I was dumping out some of the soil to add some good stuff in there, like worm castings and the bumper crop, there was giant red wiggler worms in each pot. So those are the same worms that I got many years ago from Petco that just keep breeding and making new families of worms, which create more worm castings in the soil, which thus makes this grow like crazy. All right, so I'm going to just show you a couple of other things that I'm growing here on my little plot of land here in Long Island. So again, discarded swimming pools. Look for these little plastic wading pools that people throw out on the side of the road, and then you can actually create like a raised bed, which is awesome. I'm doing some kind of timer lapse with this little situation that we have here, so stay tuned for that. Doing every single day, taking a quick video of what happens after, day by day, so you can see the growth. And let's go over to the raised bed. So we have Russian sage growing in my garden. And I've been growing this Russian sage for about 7 years now, 8 years. And every year this bush gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And what I do is I dry it out. I hang it inside my boiler room by rubber bands upside down. You can see the beautiful purple flowers on it. It smells heavenly. And what I do is, because, I'm not going to do anything with it. Culinarily, you could probably do something with this. But what I do is I actually dry it out, turn it into smudge sticks, If you don't know what a smudge stick is, it's like what people do to burn. It's like almost like an incest. Sorry, incense. And I sell it at the little antique mall that I have antiques at. I sell 3 for $10. And let me tell you something. As soon as I make these bundles and put them in my antique shop, these are the most bestseller smudge sticks. Russian sage smudge sticks. And I'm trying to get my shadow out of here. Russian sage smudge sticks are a bestseller. Don't know why. Everybody seems to love when I actually, I don't know, put them on the shelf in there. All right, so with the Russian sage, I just planted more beans. I just planted these about 5 days ago, this little batch here, with the same DirtGoddess seeds. And now I did another row here, and I did that 2 days ago. And already we have little, like, look, they're popping out of the freaking ground already. It's absolutely crazy. So this is my makeshift raised bed. I even grow things, well, I grow a lot of weeds out of these little cinder blocks. I have to pull those out. You can actually grow things in these cinder blocks. You put dirt in there and grow things. And so I got this from Lowe's, these little bricks. And then I got them all for free. Was it Lowe's or Home Depot? No, Home Depot. And so you can get these cinder blocks for like $2 a piece. And it's a double cinder block. Don't know if you can see that. And then make a raised bed out of it. And so I don't know if you could see. Yeah, I'm trying to get my shadow out of there. I hate my shadow. And as you can see, we got some lettuce and arugula and all sorts of good. We just planted this. And I know it's a little late in the season. And we got our beans. Look at our beans. There we go. We got, yeah, all sorts of stuff. We got chives. We got the lettuce. We got a tomato. This is like one of those vine ripe tomatoes. And look at this block. Look at the size of this. Do you see this thing growing out of this, one of these little blocks? Well, this is Greek oregano. Look how tall this got. And it just grew out of a block, a cinder block. And so you can even plant things, seeds, throw some soil in here and grow things out of each one of these blocks. Yes, I got to pull the pokeweed out and all the other weeds, but that is cool. And what did I pay for this whole entire setup? Okay, so I ordered this from Home Depot with free shipping. All these blocks, and I ordered some like raised bed soil. And what happened is they actually told us the delivery was going to be the next day. And then every single day I waited for the delivery to arrive, and it was free shipping, by the way. And it did not arrive. 7 days goes by, my order of these blocks and the soil still does not arrive. I called up Home Depot, had a huge fight with them. This cost us over, I think $180 something, $200 and something with the soil. And I argued with the store manager. He ended up getting 2 employees to actually drive all this stuff to my house. And then he gave me a refund for everything. So this whole entire raised bed is courtesy of Home Depot. Thank you, Home Depot. And so that's the garden. We got roses all over the place too. But there you go. So these seeds are absolutely amazing. She sells them, I think, on Amazon as well. But it's DirtGoddess, super seeds, organic, non-GMO vegetable and flower seeds. I think she sells other kinds of veggie stuff. I highly recommend. I've never seen such bean activity until I started using her seeds. Now, I'm gonna order a pound. This is a half a pound bag. And as you can see, look how many beans I've planted with just half a pound. I'm gonna get a whole pound of it. It'll last, it'll last a good year or two. So DirtGoddess seeds, man, I feel like I'm doing a commercial for this lady. And she actually deserves it, because I've never seen my beans this healthy before in all my life. And all stages of growth here. All stages of growth, but this is just unheard of. Not even one diseased leaf. Not even, I mean, look how green and lush and healthy this plant is. Lots of new growth coming on it. And just from using pots, by the way, this is all tomatoes. And you're like, wait, that's way too many tomatoes. That you got to get them out of there. So I'm going to separate each and every one of these and turn them into separate plants. We got Megabyte, we got Ace 55, we got Roma, and we got San Marzano in here. So we got a whole bunch of tomatoes that are going to be, coming up soon. This, I just planted the beans in this pot from that lady on Etsy. She sells on Amazon also and all over the internet, and her prices are much higher off of Etsy, I noticed. But yeah, more beans are going to be coming out of here. But look at her beans. I mean, they're not her beans, but they're her beans, because she really, oh wow. I mean, I've never seen quality like this. And wow. And here's my large leaf basil. I can't wait to, wow, harvest this one now. The basil that I don't like, so if you're into basil, you like Italian sauce, you know, marinara and all that, don't get this one. Hold on. This one. This is actually sweet basil, Genovese style. The leaves are just way too small, in my opinion. So I just planted large leaf going around it. And hopefully, yeah, they'll get tall soon. And I just planted this large leaf. And boom. Boom. I mean, in like, what did I say? Like 7 to 10 days? Look at this. And large leaf is great because it's like the largest leaf of basils. That's not very good English. But what I do is when I have excess, I use a food. It's like a dehydrator and vacuum sealer. And so what I do is two things. I use, well, it was actually unsuccessful when I vacuum sealed them and froze them. Don't do that. If you do that, you're going to get soup. The minute you open up the vacuum sealed bag, the basil actually liquefies. So don't do that. But what I do is I dry them with a dehydrator. And then I actually, when they're all dried up, all my herbs, it's not just this. And then what I do is I smash it into like little tiny pieces, and I get these shakers on Amazon. These little reusable, you know, spice shakers. And I get like a 12 or 24 pack, and I make my own spices. So there you go. And boom, we got beans. Can't wait to feed the family this year. Thanks for watching. See you guys all soon. And again, get these seeds. Dirt Goddess, super seeds, organic, and yeah, there's a plane above my head. There's always a plane above my head. It's New York. All right. Organic, non-GMO, vegetable, flower seeds. And again, fortified with my Cordyceps and beneficial bacteria and trichoderma for superior plant growth. And yes, that is superior. What do you say? What do you say?